We're starting this live off with a bang, guys. Relax and enjoy. Facing the number 2 guy on the ladder. All I'll say is I've conquered the Uber tier. That's all I'll say. However, my job here is to stop this guy. And so, yeah, let's break it down. Should be fairly simplistic with Basque Legion well positioned. I do wish I had Toxic spikes, but Toxic works here as well. Toxic is quite good. Arceus grass is a menace, just an absolute menace. Treads plus rain, yeah. I think just playing this correctly should be a fairly. I forgot he had a fucking. This does make this harder for me. Probably gonna lose my treads here, but okay. I don't lose my treads. This may have earth power, but obviously that's insignificant considering I have a Spadef boost. Has taunt, good to know. I actually have Iron Head on this, which is unusual. I prefer to have knock, so let me change that. Iron Head is going to be somewhat useful here, but under most cases you want to have, because we're double earthquake to cover for the what's it called? Scarlet is interesting because that's his only means of dealing with the King's Ashion here. If he heals now, how do I plan to win this? There's so many ways to win this, honestly. If the Dirge, Terras, and Willows, I could go Pex and Toxic. Though I mess him up with this Arceus. So Willow is here, I'm sure. Slacks off. So he's gonna Terra soon, or he's gonna hard switch out into Tinglu because he realizes smoke from this is not something he wants. So he Will-O-Wisps and gives up the Dirge. That does stop him from stopping me from spinning. I'd assume he'd go to the what's it called? Koraidon is not what I expected. Expected him to go to the Iron Bundle. So what he's gonna do is U-turn out into Iron Bundles. This is where again T-Spikes would just be fucking amazing. We do have Zacian. I just need to be patient. I don't want him to be able to electro spam. So I'll take the little bit of damage here. Take the little bit of damage. I mean the little bit of very Iron Bundles weak. I don't like that. I'll change this to like Fairy or something. Incredibly Iron Bundles weak. So he's gonna U-turn here. We're gonna just gotta. Oh, he actually declaws. Didn't expect that. Needs Orb Claw. Orb Claw does a lot to me. It's probably gonna fear. I knew I could have spun there, as I said. Didn't expect Orb Claw. That's a move I did not like even consider a possibility. I wouldn't be shocked to see him blitz here. Bundles even better. Bundles even better. No way it's staying in freeze dry. So I'm probably staring down Koraidon again as I miss Thunder here. I'm very tempted to Ice Beam. The games are rapid fire Ice Beam here. Just because I could be Scarf Ogre, though that's very unlikely. If you were to stay in, he'd go for freeze dry. It's very low risk for me to Thunder. That's why I wanted to go for Origin Pulse there. But he Terras, so that's an upside. I do have Aqua Jet. And I have Rain Dance, I believe, yeah. So that's something that I am keeping tucked as a potential possibility. But if I Origin Pulse there, so I'm playing the game how I expect him to. Like I'm playing it to my liking in the sense that I knew what he'd do just there, but I didn't account for it. Meaning like I could have Origin Pulse one shot, but I'm like, if he doesn't Terra any Origin Pulses, I'm like, well, does he know that I could Thunder? Because if I was Scarf, I'd kill him there, and he doesn't account for that. Or maybe he did in the Thunder damage. But Spot would be what I'd go for because Spot would kill bundles. So it's hard to. But we'll take this one step at a time. Taunt. Taunt does mean that my Pex isn't as useful, as we're gonna pick up some KOs here. He's very weak to this, like embarrassingly so. I do have the Rough of the Play, which is a guaranteed KO on anything. Behemoth Blade. I'm gonna play Rough even though it's a crazy ass play in the rain, because I don't want him to go to his Miraidon. Could Miraidon here, but I doubt it. Right now I may Miraidon, but it's gonna be risky because he needs that speed. He needs the let me see, Iron Defense. Well, I have the Rain turn. You may overheat. I need to spin. Arceus, I can Terra Water. And Terra Water is not bad. How much is it? Rocks. If I force him to overheat, I get to spin with Treads. I'll give up the Rain for this turn. Well, actually, I have terrain up, so I don't need to switch. He can't overheat kill me, and there's no way Choice Scarf Miraidon knocks me out if he's Choice Scarf. So this is another KO. I forgot I had the rain up, so here's Choice Scarf. So I pick up another KO, assuming we connect this play rough. Let's see who he wants. So it's Choice Scarf, so I've confirmed that, and he doesn't want to go for what's that move called? Electric Stab, because it would invite in my Great Tusk, not my Great, you know what I'm talking about. I give the Rapid Spin, which would control back for the rain. He's trying to stop my Basket Legion, and so now I can control for the rain, assuming I connect this. Yes, Miraidon is in, and Miraidon is a non-factor. He could fire move here. What's that fire move called? Terra Electric would allow me to survive, I think. Not in the sun, no. So Choice Scarf, which is confirmed. That's okay. So overheat is what he's locking into, which I expected. Basket Legion might die to overheat. Well, he's Scarf though. Don't need my Terra on anything else. So what I'm gonna do is go Arceus Grass, and I'll just I'll Ice Beam on the overheat. Very low risk to this, even if he were to go to Iron Bundles, because he can't control for the weather anymore. So yeah, force the overheat. He does miss, which sucks for him, which allows for me to Grass Knot here on Tinglu. Tinglu takes quite a bit, but what is it gonna do, right? Got a Ruination spam. He actually wastes a turn spiking, which I don't agree with. Because you gotta go to, you could U-turn. If he were to, let me think this through. If he were to go for if he were to overheat, if he were to U-turn, I don't want the terrain up though. And Basket Legion is Mystic Water, I think. So if I let him, yeah, I think just going for Grass Knot here is a guaranteed win. Yeah, so if he Electro Drifts as he does, then it allows me to go to Treads. Spin on Bundle, which brings it down to Rock's range. If I Rocks, let me, because I'm gonna Choice Scarf Miraidon. He has enough Electro Terrain turns. Right, because what I'm saying is that my Treads is at 340 Spadef, so Bundle can't kill me. That's what I'm thinking, like, what is the so Bundle would have to Hydro Pump here. at Ironhead knock him out. Unless he crits, I don't see how he could win this. Because Ironhead will knock him out. He ice beams. Alright. Ice beams a wise play. And now he has to overheat lock or Draco lock, all of which lose him the game. So his points should be mine. I can't think of a way where I lose this. If I were my opponent, I'd overheat and pray that I somehow crit the Basket Legion. Yeah. That's your only bet. But Basket Legion, now I got that motherfucking last respects. You're being put in the dirt. Yeah. So, as I said, the Uber tier is mine. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that. So, could have played that game a bit more cleanly. There are certain openings I gave. I was still playing the game relatively conservatively, like because I gotta account for the worst possible case scenario. Like the plays look different when they work. As far as like, let's say Dragon Clawed my treads, I knew it was gonna go for something like U-turn or Dragon Claw, but if he doesn't do what I expect, I go down, and that's I make the game like 99% harder. Whereas if I make the conservative play and he does get the read right, I have options to wiggle out from there. And so that risk versus reward thing is something I see a lot of people struggle with when they observe. Like I have people sometimes comment, well, Jam, why don't you just take the risk? Right. And let's say that game didn't work out. Because I'm erring on okay, there's a 90% chance I win if I make these plays. It's not 100 because, you know, hidden information, I don't know what he has. Or I can try to predict him and be fancy. And if the shit doesn't work, I lose immediately. Right? There are several ways to solve a problem, and you want to err on the solution that gives you the highest probability, because if you don't, you're actually giving the opponent power. Right? And I'm not in the business of giving my opponent any power. I want all the power for myself. So hopefully that made sense, because that's a very common thing I see people do. I need to predict. Let me predict. I think he's going to do this, so let me predict. Not even weighing the risk versus the reward. And like, do you even need to make that play to win the game? If you continue just playing normally, you'll win guaranteed. So yeah, so this is a game where T-spikes are super helpful. I've never seen a team structure quite like this. So very interested to see what's going to go down. He has 2 modes to stop my rain. And if it's Scarf me or Scarlet, I'd probably outspeed Scalesian. So, but he has absolutely nothing for Zacian. So it's a very strange team. Very strange team indeed. One would assume the Koraidon early, and that's a big mistake. This is why I put T-Spike on this bad boy. Especially because Lecky, I don't have any, oh, my spin blocker is, I probably should Toxic here. But if he goes Lecky and spins, I'll just rocks. So Scarlet comes in, which is interesting. I'll Toxic here. Maybe Scarlet is gonna spike spam. He doesn't have any spin blocker, so this doesn't really work. Scrawn, yeah. Okay. So just Toxic spam here. Taunts, huh? Okay. So I'm guessing the Lecky is not heavy duty boots the way he's playing, because he's gonna go Lecky here. Because I'm like, he just gave up Miascarada to get rid of it gave up an entire Pokemon for 3 layers of spikes. So it goes Shampoo. Shampoo is boots, but I have a Zacian. So very interesting opponent. Cause your boots, I know your item now wall you. Okay, so I don't think bro really know what the fuck going on. So I'm gonna play rough here, even though Behemoth Blade is better, but I don't want him going Lecky and taking 1 Behemoth Blade and spinning on me. Actually that's a turn. That's exactly what I was talking. If Lecky comes in, so be it. It's not worth the risk versus reward of risking player off and his Xianpao doing some shit like Sacred Sorting is not worth the reward of one-shotting Lecky. Now if I one-shot Lecky, I probably win the game outright. Like if he went Lecky there and I killed it, he probably lost. I don't know how he'd even force me out. So it seems this is choice scarf Koraidon, or he's bluffing it. And if it's not choice scarf, then you gotta bluff it, because what else are you gonna do? This guy's giving you all the smoke. Okay, collision course, interesting. So we're gonna recover here. Again, Lecky likely to come in, but we need the health. Besides, we can just rapid spin. So it goes Rayquaza. Very interesting. We're going to be hitting him up with this Toxic here. I do have Terra Fairy, but that doesn't really matter in this case. He Swords Dance. That's actually great for us. Great, because that allows me to outspeed and destroy him. Earthquake likely to come out. I do want to spin. You know, this had Haze on it, but I took it out. So Koraidon's poison. Me and Xianpao can't be poisoned. Lecky's irrelevant. So now you want to weigh, all right, what do I need at the end of the game to win? Lecky can never touch Shreds. Xianpao is a problem. I do want to be careful of that beast, but I do have Basculation Terra Fairy if push comes to shove to guard against the Sucker Punch, and have the Choice Scarf, the Rain Boosted Aqua Jet. Rayquaza is about to die and Koraidon can't get past Peck. So my goal in life is to funnily enough, as good as Aetion is, what else can wall that? If I don't get to spin, I'd rather, because I can go Arceus grass here. I could have went hard Arceus, but he has extreme speed most likely, and that would have stopped my glory. So we're gonna just Ice Beam here. Probably gonna go Shampoo, Koraidon. Wait, what? Koraidon Bastion Sunlight. Oh, that must have been the final turn of Sun, but you couldn't tell because the Rayquaza was in. Okay, because I'm like, where did his Sun go? Anybody else was thinking about that? But I do want to be careful around this Xianpao, right? So the Arceus grass is nice. If he blitzes, then I'm gonna be if he blitzes, what Terra Water? Xianpao actually being boosted is a big bitch. It's an annoying little pest. If he blitzes, it doesn't let me spin, which is the issue. So I actually go Ogre hard, Outrage. That's perfect. I finally get to spin. Okay, this is big. So she said. Ogre took a lot of damage, and the spin actually gives me the speed boost. That doesn't matter. Matters versus Rayquaza, I guess, but my hazards don't matter. I do want to keep Shreds alive, and so that that did take a lot of damage. But as I said, Basculation is king. I still have the Terra in hand, and so one would assume Rayquaza would come out here because he's like, okay, well, you know, can't KO me in any one move. Ray's actually offensively problematic, which is why I saved Arceus, since he's Swords Dance and not Dragon Dance. If he were to Terra Normal that and what's that move called? Dragon Ascent. Ice Beam would do decent amounts, plus Toxic, to the point where I think Jet might kill him after the Dragon Ascent drop. So it goes Lecky on a Treads. So this must be like Terra Ground or something. Because he doesn't need the rapid spin, so this doesn't make any sense. It's a speed boosted. Yeah, it must be like Terra Ground or something. I don't think Terra Ice will kill me. Crits. Whew, I may max Spadef Treads. Maybe that killed. Because I'm used to having them ride and boost, so maybe that killed. I still have Terra in hand. So I'm not, it's not the end of the world. Do want to be careful around that Xianpao though. So I need rain, and so all I need to do is figure out a way to take on this Lecky. Kyogre taking a lot of damage made Shimpao a problem. So I actually did not respect the Lecky enough. And that might end up biting me. We'll see. See how much Arceus takes from this. Grassnot's not doing shit. Oh, Grassnot is 120? Oh, because of the metal plate. Volt switch. That's actually great. I don't think because of the meta play, Shimpao might take. Giving up Rayquaza is blessed. I gotta go for Ice Beam, even though he might E-Speed. Okay, Shimpao comes in. Grassnot is 120 with the meta play. If Shimpao dies, this warrants the Terra. He swords dances, that's fine. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, it's a wrap now. Because now I can just Aqua Jet. Yeah. Pex, I don't think gets one shot by T-Bolt. Oh wow, he crits me. I don't know if that crit mattered. I'm pretty sure it did though. I don't think Pex. I have no Spadef, so maybe not. So my job here is to Ice Beam. Thunderbolts, which is good. Basculegion natural bulk will stop me from dying to Dragon Ascent. Yeah. Oh shit, Volt Switch was a good fucking play. I didn't even factor Volt Switch in. That was a good fucking play. I didn't think he'd live to begin with, but yeah, I lost. This is a good example of me underestimating. I didn't even factor like he's a threat. And so the Iron Treads dying to the ice. But me even letting Iron Treads get stuck. This was a good fucking... that Volt Switch was so good. What's my defense stat? I'm not taking Dragon Ascent. Yeah, that Volt Switch is going to win him the game. Maybe like Extreme Speed. Dragon Ascent says he should. That's his best play. Wow, this was a good fucking lesson. It lived. This guy doesn't even realize that it's a fucking Arceus Crash. Which I could tell based on how he was playing. He didn't know what he was doing in the beginning. Based on how he played his Miarascarada. But I'm the one who allowed him to have the opening. I did not respect the Lecky whatsoever. That's all he has to do to go to Lecky, and he survives on 1 HP. So good game. 1 HP survival. So we're gonna grab one last one to wrap it up. That was a good fucking lesson. I gotta respect. I have never had a problem with Regieleki in my life. Especially with the treads on the team. So I didn't even factor it. And then when he Terra Iced and knocked me out, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Yes, it was a crit, but that might not have mattered. I don't know. Because it's, stab. I'm sure Terra Ice with the stab at least does 35. Iron Treads. Another thing is I'm used to Iron Treads having I'm used to Iron Treads having the electric boost. So every time, usually Leckies are on with Miraidon, or I have a Miraidon when I have a Treads. So, hold on, Lecky. You're telling me there's no offensive Lecky scent? Like that? Because that's inconceivable, right? I don't think the crit mattered, honestly. There's no Terra Blast. Because that's kind of like a Shadow Ball-ish. Actually, it did matter. Never mind. That 100% mattered. Wow. So I did win the game, but still, unless I'm miscalculating something here. There's no terrain, no nothing. Yeah. So it did matter. Okay. So we did win the game there. I still should have gave Lecky more respect. And Shimpao. I didn't expect Shimpao to give me any trouble, and it did. That was a big deal. But anyway, moving on. Zacian claps. Truck leading Tusk is a crazy play. But maybe he's played enough games where he's like, oh, I get clapped by Zacian, so I just gotta go Tusk. When I talk about getting clapped by something, bro gets absolutely clapped by this Arceus. I don't even know what he's gonna use at long rush. That's all you got. Yeah, you're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble, buddy. But nah, let me calm down and then play this game properly. T-spikes matter a lot. He definitely has the tools to give my team a lot of trouble. 48 motherfucking damage, that's crazy. So let's see, Zacian lost the boost, which sucks. Terra Isis, yeah. Seems this is what the kids are doing these days. He fears this, goes hard ogre. Issue with hard ogre is I can play rough. Oh, he goes crown. We miss. It's no bueno, but it is what it is. I get the T-spikes, which are big. Let me see if he has any boots users. Wild charge. It probably doesn't have CC if he has wild charge. He really went Scalesian. I was thinking about, I was like, no way he's gonna go Basculesian with no kills and treads his natural speed, but he does go to it. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. If it's Choice Scarf Ogre, he uses it here. Choice Scarf Ogre, he loses it here. No, he doesn't. Let me fucking pay attention to this game. What do I need to do to win? I just need Scalesian. Yeah, Scalesian just wins, especially if that's not Boots Bundle. If Boots Bundle, we in trouble. If he's not Choice Scarf, I'd go Zacian, crowned, right? And I'd rather have the health than have the, so, treads. Losing another mon powers up my Basculesian. Or kill the Zacian outright. Which one is more useful to me? Or get Rocks Up. Rocks Up would mean a lot for the Xianpao. If I kill this, he's gonna go to Basculesian and kill me back with last, whatever the fuck it's called. I need the rocks gone for. The rocks aren't that relevant. I'll just Earthquake and kill this shit. Amon down is better. I have to think about all of the things. I was like, do having rocks up really impact? Me having rocks up versus him would have probably been big, but it depends on whether the Xianpao has boots or not. But let's look at it like this. If he does have boots, then the rocks are a waste of a turn and a trade treads for Zacian. Now when my Arceus grass comes in, it's a kill every time, which he struggles with, especially if I Terra water it on the right turn. Excuse me. So if that bundle isn't boots, it's really just what's boots. We know Legion isn't boots. We know Kyogre probably isn't going to be boots, so Xianpao and bundle could be boots, and those are really what I want rocks for. So rocks didn't weigh more than killing Zacian, and spin didn't weigh more because I wasn't going to outspeed the Zacian afterwards. If I was going to outspeed it, then spin was going to be better. We also got to factor in the fact that he could go to Basculesian on the spin, which would give me almost nothing. So I think after weighing everything, Earthquake was always the best play there. Yeah. Let me see, is that really the calc? Treads just ate that fucking Terra Blast. But I guess it's unstyle. Yeah, it's Terra Ice. Terra Ice, Terra Blast. If I take the Terra off, does nothing. Yeah. Lecky's not the strongest thing, so it makes sense. Yeah, I won the game without the crit. So bro got lucky as fuck. But still could have played it a bit differently. What's going on? Let me pause until he makes a move. Alright, so he's like, yo, the Legion wants smoke. And I feel that. You want to smoke with the guy. Since Pex is so low and I won't be getting any regen back. But I mean, is that even worth? I mean, the fucking Trez is useless anyway, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so let's just go for rocks. He rash respects and loses the rain. Shouldn't have went Legion on the turn. He loses rain though, because now you gotta give up on mine. As if the is this the best mon to take a life? I could have went Zacian. The thing with Zacian is that if the Kyogre is card, because I'd have to go Zacian and go for, what's that move called? What's that shit called? Wild Charge. Yeah, Arceus Grass is just more threatening. Last Respects is 200 now. I only need this Arceus for this Basculegion. I might not faint to this. I mean, I don't have much defense, but unless you're banded, yeah. Like I'm still an Arceus at the end of the day. You're still just a Basculegion, unless you're a bandit, which they don't usually run. So it's not Boots bundle. So we'll take this little bit of damage here, and then go to our Basculegion to do Basculegion activity. So if this isn't Boots, I wouldn't be shocked to see. Let's see. I wonder what his item is. Actually, it's better to go Zacian. There's no drawback to Zacian. In case he's Choice Scarf. Cause I'm like, why is he? What was his item? So yeah. Zacian beats Bro's team up. Definitely need to adjust it for Zacian. I'm using too many broken mons on this team, truth be told. But yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.